Welcome to the Michigan Runner Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
I've never had one. Definitely is possible. I mean, you can, the rules go against elbowing and things like that. I think goalies might get them more because you got guys who are just throw the ball so hard and get hit pretty hard in the head, and I think that it's never that concussion where someone, is throwing up, but it's definitely, there's for sure some concussion underlying it. And that's another thing that I've got a company, Hardcore Water Polo, that we are, one of the things we're focused on, actually making the material, the cap, a little bit stronger to actually at least prevent any, when there is a possibility of it, at least it prevents that. And the ears, because one of the worst things we get, I have 3 broken eardrums, lost 40% of my hearing because the ear guards are actually worse. They make it so if you hit it, you break your eardrum, and it's just like unfortunate.
40% overall?
In 1 year. The 1 year talking in. So if I answer wrong, it's not my fault.
So do you think moving forward, are you going to continue to kind of try to grow water polo as a sport and make these safety features and continue to promote it? I know you've been working with the ball and stuff and the eardrums and stuff. Do you think you're going to continue to help revolutionize the sport?
That's the goal. I've been around the sport since I was 8 years old, really since I was 14 years old, and the sport's really gone nowhere. That's been 20 years exactly where I could say the sport 20 years ago is not different from the sport today. I think we as the Americans are better, have more athletes. The rest of the world is possibly better as well physically with more bigger, stronger athletes, but this game hasn't become more exciting, hasn't changed in any way, and it's because we all let the Europeans, we put it in their court. Hey, please help the sport. Except you have a sport that's already popular in their little countries, and they don't want to change it because everyone in their country knows how it's played. Well, guess what? To get the sport bigger, it needs to be bigger in the bigger countries like the Asias, like the North America, South Americas, and that's what I'm really spearheading, is trying to get the sports bigger in our country, in South America. I would go around to SESI Sao Paulo, would fly me all around schools around Brazil, just talking to kids, and I think 3,000 kids ended up starting to play water polo instead of everyone was playing soccer, over there. And just the idea, if we can all of a sudden get Brazil competitive, we can get America competitive, maybe China or Japan competitive, so now this is a global sport, and maybe we can get more professional leagues somewhere else, and the sport's going to grow, not just popular in one tiny area of the world.
What do you think is going to take?
Does it feel like for us watching, those of us who are not familiar with these games, that we only see what goes on above the line, as opposed to what goes on below the line?
Yeah.
I mean, is there a solution to that?
Well, there are cameras that do both, and you can see them nowadays where they show above, they show below. There's cameras that can actually show both at the same time, but it really comes down to experimenting with the rules, and experimenting with the cameras. I mean, let's try something different. Let's try something where it's half and half, or let's try something. I think football is just such a great example how they literally play for 3 seconds, and then the whole entire time you're watching everything else going on. You're just enthralled the whole time. Well, we could have something like that. During a counterattack, you're showing some other shot. You're really getting in there, and when you show replays, you're showing what's underwater. You're showing what's above water. You're showing it together. Of course, it just comes down to the investment into our sport. Who's willing to do that? Not the countries that really don't have the money to.
What kind of things do you want to share with the water polo team about Brazil, about the place you live and
I was saying before, I want to show people how amazing Brazilians are. Really, I think one of the nicest things about going there, people are going to grab you and they're going to make you dance, and they're going to take you to the beach, and they're just going to tell you everything about their culture and all the new foods. And you can ask them any question instead of, I can remember one of the first times, and I've learned Portuguese just the last 4 years. My father never spoke to me Portuguese, but when I first showed up to Brazil and I asked directions to to a taxi stand, and the guy went out of his way, takes me, walks me, he's talking to me in his broken English, so excited for about 30 minutes, just walks to the taxi stand. You know, and that's very Brazilian. So I'll be teaching him, telling him all that, telling him, hey, watch out what you're wearing. You know, wear any jewelry. You know, obviously out in Rio, be smart about it, and tell them to the good restaurants. 'Cause I know all those.
If there's a good celebration, will you guys all go dancing? Since that's such a big part of the culture.
Absolutely. Our water polo will be the first ones dancing. But the problem is we just have to go every other day, so we're always in the last day. So everyone's already dancing. Huh?
Who's the best dancer on the team?
Not me. Probably our young kid, Brett Bunani. He's a good dancer. He loves it.